Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with Os Acassados. How are you guys?
Hi.
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 It's a pleasure to have you on. I've been checking out your music, and it's full of energy. Let's first talk about who you guys are, and why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us what instruments you play?
Okay. I'm Alex. I'm the guitar player. Um, she's Monica.
Monica.
She's the singer. Okay.
And Renato. I play the bass guitar. Well,
Cool.
we are a garage punk band, and we are located here in Manaus, in the middle of Amazon.
Oh,
Yes. We also have a drums player that is not here with us. He's called Wagner. But we are from Manaus, as Renato said, and we play garage rock. That's what we do.
when you say you're from the Amazon, like you talking about like in the Amazon, like in the jungle?
Yes.
This,
Yes.
the town where we live, Manaus, is located in the heart of the forest. It's a big city, but there are no roads. You can only get here by boat or by plane. We have
Wow.
about 2 million people living here. We have a good punk rock musical scene here, but we are isolated from the rest of the country.
It must be
Yeah,
beautiful there.
it is. It
It
is. It
is.
is hot as well. We're right
Yeah.
in the equator line, right?
Yeah.
So it's sun all year long. Actually, now we're on a rainy season, no? Um, so but still hot, you know. Still, well, we say it in Celsius. I don't know how much in Fahrenheit it is, but it's 30 degrees Celsius right now.
A sensação térmica de 31
Yeah, it's
graus.
31 Celsius. I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit, but
I'm not
it's hot.
sure.
It's hot.
I'm sure it's hot there.
It's good for the tubes, for the fuzz pedals.
Yes, it got even hotter.
So, being from the Amazon, how do you guys get your gigs, and um how do you get in touch with the other bands in your country?
Well, that's well, the internet is one way, right? But well, the do you wanna?
Deixa eu pensar. I believe that um, places like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram are very good to get in touch with other bands, etc. It's not it's expensive to fly from here to other place, so it's difficult to have exchange with another bands. For example, we call a band from another place to play here, and we go there to play also. It's not easy to do since we are here,
Yeah.
but we try to do something like this, and we try to make the local scene be strong also.
Yeah, the local scene is our thing, you know. Just there are many bands playing, and many gigs happening. Not right now because of the pandemics. Manaus is experiencing a new wave of with the Omicron.
Yeah.
Um, so we're getting back inside now. Even though we're all three of us have the 3 doses of vaccine, and but right now it's starting to spread again. So we don't know how it's gonna
Yeah.
be. No.
It's the same here too.
Yeah, you're also isolating again.
Yeah. Well, not fully, but if we want to go out to eat or go to work, we have to be vaccinated,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Um, So I want to talk a little bit about your music. Um, it's very familiar to me sounding because it reminds me of the old punk rock garage bands. Um, even the way Monica sings, it's very aggressive. You want to talk about some of your influences other than Patti Smith and the Kinks?
Yeah, those are big ones.
Well, we like very much garage revival bands. We are very sad about the passing of Rachel from the Threat Cobras these days. We also love bands like Head Teas, Damonas, things like that. And we are very interested also in punk rock bands from the end of the 70s and the garage rock bands from the 60s. We try to collect albums. There's also Brazilian bands that play punk rock or garage rock that is a huge influence on our music. Não sei se quer falar mais algo.
Yeah, I think those bands that Renato said are big influences. It's there's so many bands. It doesn't seem fair to just pick some, but all these music scene from the 60s and the punk scene from the end of the 70s. They're I think that we try to kind of replicate what they did, putting something of our own, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the guitars sound really dirty and just aggressive. I saw how much you guys enjoyed playing, and just the joy that you had when you finished the song and you got all excited. I watched some of your videos. I think they were on YouTube, but I got them from your page. Talk about why you guys got together and some of the bands you might play with and how long you've been together.
Tempo a gente tá junto?
Okay, we are together from
Desde
2012, como que diz?
2012 fez a banda.
Yeah, since they are they started the band together, the both of them. This formation that recorded these songs,
2015.
it's since from
A gente começou a
2015.
tocar junto.
This lineup.
Yeah, this lineup for the actual that we're playing right now. It's from 2015, but they both started the band before in 2012, and
We had an organ player from Barcelona. She went back to her country, and then we started to play together with this new lineup. Alex had a band with the drummer called Banana Punk. It was a punk rock band from the 90s here in Manaus.
yeah, at the end of the 90s, the beginning of the 2000s, we played a lot here, and then we split up. But like half of the band now plays with Acassados for 6 years now.
And we made a fusion of the two bands to form this new lineup, which finds to today.
What did the other band sound like? And what
Banana
were they-
Punk, yeah, it was more like I don't know. There's one band that we try to replicate a lot. It's a band from Wales called McCluskey. That's just a trio, power trio. And it was not as it was kind of heavy, but not as fast, I think. Yeah, but like I don't know, just like real dirty guitar and a guy screaming.
Awesome. So you have an EP out that you sent me to listen to, And oh, you have it on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
It was going
awesome.
to be released next Friday, but it was postponed because of the pandemics.
Onde a câmera que eu tô?
Yeah,
É ali, ó.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. We're really happy. We just got the
Oh, I love it.
vinyl from the fabric. You know, they sent us 3 weeks ago, but now we're waiting for to release. You know, just it was going to be this next Saturday, but we had to postpone it.
Did you guys put it out yourself?
Yes, actually, we had here in Brazil. I'm not sure how it works in the States, but there are government programs, cultural programs. You know, we wrote a project for it, and then we got approved, and then we started the process to try to make one. You know, but we recorded that was just for the pressing. We recorded by ourselves, and then with the help from this government project, we got money to press the record. No, the 7-inch.
That's awesome. That must feel
You're
good
going
that you got backed by then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was the first time we ever wrote like a project like this for like the government, and then like for these government cultural projects, and we were really happy we did.
We are going to release in digital format also with a label called Maxillar. Maxillar is run by Gabriel Tomás from Autoramas. It's a very important garage rock band from Brazil.
Yeah.
And we are going to release also. You can find us at Spotify, Deezer, YouTube, etc.
This will be in February, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, next month will be by Maxillar Records digitally.
Okay, great. So everybody all over the world will be able to hear you then.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I hope so.
have you been getting some radio play anywhere?
A gente tocou já, mas tocou na rádio no programa do Gabriel, que é a rádio virtual.
Okay.
Do Ronaldo, do Inocente.
Yeah, we
assim.
played on some virtual radio, like online radio, right? And from
We had also an interview at the Valentine's Day in a program here called A Sereia Cultural. We also made an interview, and the songs from the single
Ainda não apareceu no programa.
still are waiting to be heard through radio programs, to podcasts.
Yeah, since we haven't officially released, and this will be our first official release, it will probably happen soon, you know.
You guys send it out to like surf rock radio? Are you gonna send it there? Fiberglass Jungle, things like that?
Yeah, we want to send them, but since we didn't we didn't do that yet, you know, we're waiting for you know, all these things to settle a little bit, and then we're gonna focus on distributing and sending out the records to radios and labels and, you know, other channels of reproduction, you know.
So this is great. When you said you had some bands or some members from Europe in your band, do you find not a lot, but do you find that some bands from Europe like to come down and play in your area?
Well, sometimes they play here. I remember we had a show from Dead Elvis recently here in Manaus. Deixa eu pensar o que mais teve de shows, assim,
From like
bandas de fora.
Teve o White Stripes no Teatro Amazonas.
that's the like, you know, there's kind of like hard for bands to play here, except there's some gigs that happens, you know, but they usually are small, but I think because of the dollar and the euro are so expensive to us. It's really hard for you know, someone try to bring these bands here. But you know, it's not as often, but it happens, you know, just like Renato said, that Elvis. There was also like the biggest, I think, I mean, there are usually like concerts happening in the city. They're huge, you know, but it's not our thing. That's we, as we said, we're more like garage and punk, and those bands are like more from Brazil that come here and play, like local bands that also do these gigs, but you know, it's not very often that these bands come to Manaus play. We wish it was you know, happening a lot, you know, but since this Bolsonaro government and the increase in the dollar and euro, it's gotten like really hard in the past few years,
Yeah.
you know, for bands to come here.
I
You know,
would
it's
love
really
to come.
expensive.
I would love to come down there and just visit because
Definitely,
uh,
man, you should.
I
Yeah,
I love history and archaeology. I like learning more about different parts of the world. And
great.
they said 75% of the Amazon is unresearched. Is that true?
That's,
Yeah,
that's true. I believe there's no place in Amazon where no one has ever been. The people walk through there. There are the rivers, etc. But many places are still to be studied. Uh, for example, you said about archaeology. It's very common to discover new places like caverns,
mhm,
things written in rocks, things like that.
mhm.
All the time, the scientists are working on that.
And it's a real recent thing that like the archaeology of the Amazon, that it's kind of like a new thing from the 70s to here to now, because before we people thought that the native people that lived here before the Europeans came, they were only here for like 2000 years, you know, but recently they've it's been like found out that this part of the Amazon, we called it Baixo Amazonas, you know, this like this area in the Amazon River, like in the middle of the Amazon River, has been you know, there's people living here like since 10,000 years ago, you
Wow.
know. So yeah, it's not a recent as people always thought, you know. Just there are many cultures that lived here before us, you know, in this part, and people are still discovering and finding out, like every year there's something new coming out in archaeological terms, you know.
And those cultures are still alive. They have their own music, own legends,
Yeah,
on beliefs. Some of the people they share some beliefs, and there are also other people like the Yanomami people who has his own culture, uh, uh, with religion, psychedelics, food, music, things very exclusive from their culture.
it's hard to explain because we're in a city, Manaus. It's a city with more than 2 million people, so it has everything like a normal city does, you know, just a big metropolis. But we are kind of like real isolated. Our state, that's the Amazonas state, you can fit like four Francis into the state, like two Texas in the Amazon state. It's huge, and there's like it's all like forests, and like, I mean, there are a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff going on as well, like contrabando,
Smuggling.
yeah, smuggling, like people smuggling trees and animals and like minerals, but this it's such a huge state, a huge it's almost a country. We're as we say here, we're our country, Amazonas. It's not like Brazil, it's just, I mean, it is Brazil, but it's so far from
my country,
yeah,
Amazonas.
yeah, it's so far from like southern Brazil and the real Brazil, like the one that people know, like Rio, São Paulo, those huge metropolis. It's that we get to like a bit of like an independent feeling from this, like this part of Brazil, just so far. So it's a real beautiful area, isolated, but also like there's a metropolis here as well. It's, I don't know, you should come and see.
Yeah, even if it's hard to get to, I would still love to I would love to travel and see areas with a lot of history, and especially where they're researching the history, and they keep finding new things like every year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's not that hard to come. There are flights from like straight from
Miami,
Miami
every
to
day.
Manaus. Yeah, every day there's flights from Manaus, Miami. It's a big thing. It's just like a straight flight. I think it's like
It's for 4 hours.
yeah, 4 hours flight
Oh, that's
from
not bad.
Manaus to Miami. Yeah.
So, is that your jam room that you're sitting in?
Yeah, this is the place where we rehearse and record some stuff.
We have here records and vintage musical instruments, things like this. We are planning to record a new single here in this place soon. Our other single was recorded at the building where our drum lives. We went to an underground garage and we played there recording.
Yeah, we did it by ourselves, and then it was fun because it was an actual garage. It was this building's garage, just underground, and it was fun. It was fun to do it. But now we want to do it here. I think we maybe can show you around here, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Renato will pick up some instruments here to show.
Well,
Oh
I
yeah.
love things like this. These are Brazilian vintage musical instruments. We had a musical movement called Jovem Guarda. It's like a Brazilian yeye style. And they used to play instruments like basses and guitars like this. We collect equipment, instruments from this era, and we use this to record, to play,
Yeah,
to restore also.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Renato is a collector. Is a bass collector. He has more than, like, I don't know how many, more than 25, I think.
Nice.
Acho que tá chegando a 40.
Já tá chegando a 40.
Yeah, almost 40.
Basses.
40 bases.
This guitar was from the 60s. It's called Del Vecchio Twist, and this bass is a snake. It's a very well done instrument, also from the mid 60s. We can see in TV black and white programs bands playing with instruments like this. Bands like Os Incríveis, Vanderleia, Os Baobás, Rony Von, many artists from this era, they use instruments like this, and we try to play with the same equipment they played also.
Yeah, it's something we really like, you know, just as Renato said, this musical movement from the 60s in Brazil. It was a huge influence, especially when we were like forming our musical taste, because it was, I mean, I can say it for me, but I think it's the same for them. We all listening to we all listening to these songs when we were like little, you know, just our parents really liked, and then
Me too.
so it's still an influence for us.
Very cool. Very cool. So you're working on a new single, and you're going to record it in that room. Do you have an idea if you're going to release it on vinyl again, or you just going to do Spotify and things like that?
It depends how much it sells, you know. If we can sell enough to you know,
To recover our spends, we are trying to do another
yeah, the same way.
record in vinyl.
Awesome.
And recently we faced a crisis on vinyl because of the como que diz matéria-prima. The product to make the records were hard to find markets, so many artists delayed their vinyl records. This also happened with us.
Yeah, they're behind like 9 months, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we were supposed to get the vinyl on May, the first dates they gave us, but we only received it in December. So yeah, it was like delayed, and then because they said this
The polymer to make the record was hard to find in the market. It was hard to find and expensive also.
Yeah. There was also this increase in the value we had to pay, you know, just for all the pandemics.
Well, they had that fire in that lacquer plant in the United States a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
that's a big part of it.
Definitely, yes,
for sure.
Yeah, we heard about it. Yeah, we read about it.
So where did you guys get it pressed? I'm interested to know.
Well, here in Brazil, we have three factories that press. They have one near Rio de Janeiro called Polisson. There's another one called Vinil Brasil in São Paulo. We made our records in Vinil Brasil. And also in Brasilia, there is a small plant that make only few copies for DJs, people like this. So the big ones are located in Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. Polisson and Vinil Brasil.
And it's like it's 10 years these two factories came back like pressing vinyls, you know. I think the same happened there, but I don't think it actually stopped in the United States. But here in Brazil, it actually stopped for many years, you know, the vinyl pressing, and it only came back for about 10 years ago. And there's like these two big companies that press pretty much every like vinyl that comes out from Brazil.
There's a good 10-year period starting around 1999 where nobody was making records. All you could get was CDs, and it was kind of a bummer because I'm a collector, and now they're reissuing all those older recordings on vinyl for the first time.
Back again.
So,
yeah, nice.
You know, it just sounds better to me. I don't know.
I started to collect just in this era. My father had a good collection of rock from the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s. But when the CD player came, I was a teenager, and I didn't had a CD player, only a turntable. So I started to collect very cheap records because everybody was changing from to CDs.
Yeah, people are throwing like records on the street and like selling it for cents, you know, just that was about the time that I started as well collecting. And but like, you know, like for about like 5 years, like these like it got like huge, you know, people are buying it all over and the prices got up. And but that's cool. I think it's cool actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Manaus is still a good place to find records.
Yeah,
We have some
cheap records.
Awesome. Is there anything, guys, you want to talk about or that we haven't mentioned that you want to mention before we sign off?
Oh, I want to say that Renato is this actually he has a band that released the vinyl as well, like
Yes.
before, about like 10 years ago. I don't know. You get there. There's so he's that's our first experience, like listening our music on vinyl, but that's his second, you know.
I used to play in this band. It was called Delamax. We had two basses. We sounded a little bit like the Dirty Bombs, bands like this. And we released this record in 2007. It was before the closing of the factories. So in about 10 years ago, the factories were open again. And we are very happy. Many artists are releasing records. For example, here in Manaus, another two artists released records at the same time we did. Well, we love to live this culture of the music, records, musical instruments, things like this, a good beer with the friends. That's fine.
Excellent. Well, the record looks great. The artwork looks great. And that's part of the reason why I love records so much, because you get a bigger version of the artwork, and you get the inserts, and you get to learn a little bit about the band and things like that, which I think is really important.
Yeah, we think the same way. It is really important, you know, to hold something and then and you kind of connect in another level with the music that you're listening, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Being so far away, it's very exciting to me how you guys got together. And to me, it would be a very exciting place to live, where you are. And maybe you can send me some pictures through Instagram. I would love to see what it looks like down there.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll send you. I hope we can send you like a record as well, so you can listen and then look at the pictures at the same time, and then make a picture in your mind how it will be to listen to this.
Well,
like,
we have a lot of singles going to Texas, maybe
Sure.
next month. So we can send you a copy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It
Are
will
they
be
going
a pleasure to have?
Are they going to Austin?
Yes, this friend who is taking the records to Texas, he lives in Austin. He's very integrated to the musical scene, and he sells also records on Discogs. That will be fine to have some cops there in United States.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. I love hearing when bands are willing to take the next step just to get the music out. And I think it's important that people hear you guys, because you're in a far off place making really great music, and I just appreciate you talking to me.
we appreciate you willing to talk to us as well. You know, thanks.
Thanks.
We're very happy. Long live to P Records. Pi Records. How can I pronounce?
It's Pi Records.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Pi Records.
Pi
My
Records.
records.
Yep.
Nice, great.
Nice.
Okay, guys,
Thank you very much.
I want to say thank you, and you have a great rest of your day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Eu pego um disquinho ali
Bye,
só
bye.
pra te dar tchau com disco.
Já foi.
Sim.
Ah,
Aê.
yes. Very, very cool.
Yeah.